Welcome to the tutorial about fertility KPIs. Today we're going to take a look at the Fertility KPI USA report. You'll find this report under the Management menu, number 3 Fertility, and number 11 for Fertility KPI USA. On the first tab, we see insemination rate and pregnancy rate. These are shown together as they're directly related. In each tab under this report, you'll have options in the lower left-hand corner under Group By. For this tab, the options are days in milk or calendar date. We can also choose to select only cows or only heifers. Additionally, we can choose to select only the grid or only the graph, depending on how you prefer to view the data. You also get a reminder of your last pregnancy diagnosis date. In the bottom right-hand corner, under Properties, we have more settings for this report. Under General, you can adjust the voluntary waiting period and the age to start serving young stock. This is only for analysis purposes. It does not adjust anything else in your program. We can choose to view this as an overview, or we can choose this for a calving group analysis where we're only seeing cows that have calved in the selected period and meet the criteria for the report. Additional filters can be made for feed group or barn group, as well as the animal type. Under the insemination rate and pregnancy rate tab, you can make your date selection. In smaller herds, you may want to adjust the period selection to get more statistically relevant data. Similarly, under conception rate, you can choose your frequency, and under advanced, you just have some additional items that can be shown with the individuals in the report. Once you're happy with your settings, check the Save Settings box so your presets will be saved for next time, and hit OK. So let's take a look at insemination rate and pregnancy rate. Here we see insemination rate and pregnancy rate broken down into the eligible population, the served population for insemination rate, and the percent inseminated, the cows eligible to be found pregnant, the number of pregnant cows, and the pregnancy rate. Next, we have the 95% confidence interval. This is a statistical figure. The more relevant and accurate data will be shown with a tighter range. So a larger range between the first number and the second number is less accurate. You can use this number to determine whether there's enough animals in that category to be found statistically relevant. This 45 to 65 day range with a difference of 4 is much more statistically significant than this range of 26 to 46. To the right, we also have abortion counts and an abortion rate, as well as an open percentage. And along the bottom bar, you'll see a summary of the data. So the overall insemination rate for this herd is 52.3%, and the overall pregnancy rate for this herd in this period of time is 20.7%. That same data is reflected to the right in the graph. You have your percentage along the left and your periods, in this case days in milk, along the bottom. The red bars reflect insemination rate, the green bars reflect overall pregnancy rate. The next tab we have is conception rate. We show this separately from the insemination rate and the pregnancy rate because there are a lot more factors that go into this number. Underneath the group by settings, you'll notice we have several more options. Say number of services, for example. We could take a look at the conception rate by number of services of the cow inseminated. So for instance, if we highlight 1, we can take a look and see that the conception rate of first service cows is 44.4%. We have 1,147 cows in the served population. 423 of those are pregnant. 529 of those are not pregnant. And then we have 195 cows that are uncertain. This could be preg-checked uncertain, or most likely cows that are too early to diagnose. So you see the number of abortions as well as the rate. And then the next column is the percentage of the population. So underneath the number 1, we have 44%. And if we look at all, we have 100%. And again, we have that 95% confidence interval here to help you recognize statistically valuable data. One additional option that we have on the conception rate, underneath cows, we can also choose both now in the conception rate report. So we could turn that on and reflect cows and heifers in the conception rate information. We can also choose to split this into periods so we can compare conception rate by number of services across different calendar months. So let's say we wanted to compare December to April. We can easily take a look at December's first service conception rate compared to April's first service conception rate. Also under the group by options, we can look at conception rate by insemination bull. We can choose to look at this by period or a list. We can see the bull to the left and then the conception rate data to the right. This is sortable, so if we wanted to see the lowest conception rate bull, we can sort that to the top. We can also sort this from the top down. So our highest percentage of bulls, we can see 6 for 6. You can start to see how bulls are working for you in your herd. If you're interested to see which cows make up a certain population, you'll see this blue eye pop up all through this report and several other places in the program. If you select this eye, you'll see the individuals that fill that category. Also note that some sold cows will remain in the list. This is because they were in the herd at that period in time. So they will drop off your list once they are outside of the date range that you've selected. Another tool that may be useful to you is sire of cow inseminated. This way you can take a look at conception rate by the sire of the cows that are in your herd. So we could look at that by number served, for instance, and see we have 100 daughters of this bull, 104 daughters of this bull, with a 58.3 conception rate. This tab just gives a quick definition for insemination rate, overall pregnancy rate, and conception rate. So if at any time you need to refer back, it's just a simple click to take a look at the definitions that we're using in the program. On this last tab, we have the pregnancy hard count. Here we can see the weeks pregnant across the bottom and the number of pregnancies along the side. This gives you an overview of the pregnancies in your herd. I hope that this video has been useful in helping you analyze fertility in your herd. For additional support related to this report or any others, please contact the help desk. You'll find the contact information in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Thank you for tuning in.